movie, you do not want to stay for this. And we've done this enough times.
It sounds like they liked it.
I'm amazed that you're buying that shit.
Now let's hear from the people that didn't like it.
My point is
one.
that you should go, because if you thought the movie was insufferable, wait until you see this.
Wait till you hear us talk about it.
And unedited, like, no cameras zipping and zooming around.
This is just us raw.
Let's talk about things we've literally never talked about before.
Because we've done a lot of these, and now we're going to talk about the stuff we've never talked about.
Yo!
The
You know what's
food.
No, you know what's really funny? When you are twirling around the phone cord.
I know.
When you call Ottawa.
It's something we haven't seen in a long time. And where's that even
They just
from?
saw it. They saw it less than an hour ago.
No, I mean, like, but where? What is it? What am I channeling there?
That is like a debutante girl who's like
From the
calling
60s?
a boy. No. It's more high school dream phone, being like, because it's the type of behavior that you can express your almost sexual desire for something or someone, knowing they can't see you.
It's funny.
Do you know what I mean by that?
There's
a privilege with like speaking to somebody on a telephone and
Yeah.
they can't see your expression, and so you can speak so neutrally, like, oh, so I can play the show, when really your body can be doing these orgasmic gestures.
It's weird when our characters are so otherwise like totally sexless that whenever something sexual or sensual happens,
When it gets expressed,
it's
a thrill.
It's really thrilling.
It's all.
I was really thrilled to talk to Lafayette on that phone call. Like, we're always doing these things for real, so that really is just me talking to whoever picked up the phone at this Ottawa place, and I was like, "Can you book me for the open mic?" And they were like, basically just like, "Shut up, man. Let me get off." I could hear like it was so busy where they were. The person was just like, "Okay, what?" Keeping them on the phone.
But she was extremely polite and positive.
It's Canada.
Yeah, Ottawa. It's funny, we've been asked, why did we pick Ottawa? We don't have a good answer. Other than that, we needed a place that was far away so that Jay could realistically speed there. It was like a race against time. And as you guys know, it's like not many places around here that there even is like inhabitable land.
We'd written the time machine, the time travel part to happen on the road. So we needed Jay to be like getting up to a speed and...
Well, you needed to be in a race away from the house, and it needed to be like, okay, I'm leaving forever. But yeah. Also, that's it.
I feel like it wasn't just our mics that went off.
Yeah, it still felt like everything just died.
Everything just... But you can still hear us if we do this, right? You guys want to ask us any questions about how we did the movie? Oh, hold on.
And the question about like how do we get the rights to any of this stuff, we didn't acquire the rights to anything. I say this is going to be a copyright nightmare because we assumed that the film would not be releasable. And yet, here, as you see, somehow it was. I think
sometimes the mics turn back on.
It may have something to do with the fact that I think anybody, think of a lawyer, all right? In America, to be an American lawyer at some high-powered firm in Los Angeles, and Robert Zemeckis calls him and he says, "We got a slam dunk for you." And he shows him the movie, and this lawyer then needs to sit and watch this whole movie. Can you picture them getting through the whole thing before they turn it off and go, "Bob, why did you call me with this?" Like, it just seems so ineffective as a film and meaningless that to sue it, like, for what? They're by the way, they're effectively just suing the Canadian government. And so, like, what's their intent? Like, everybody would just look bad. And so I mean, of course, now that I've said this, we'll be sued tomorrow, but I think we're gonna be okay.
And we have another star here from the movie I see.
Where are you looking? Oh, wow! Guys, that's Mitch from the Born Ruffians. Get up here. Mitch, you have to tell your story.
please.
So Mitch is in the band that Jay joins, and they're talking about LCD sound system, and he's going to come up and tell you his story right now.
He's going to tell a little bit of his
You,
perspective.
you're acting
on-
so coy, as though you're like, you want to be up here so bad.
You know what?
He's like this.
We shouldn't push him too hard. Maybe he has a
He has
tummy ache from popcorn or something.
No, he has. I think it's anxiety.
Anxiety issues.
So you're probably wondering, why did we shoot Luke Lalonde from the Born Ruffians and not Mitch, the shy one? It was Jared Rabb's idea, and I'll tell you the exact quote because it stayed with both Jay and I. Because it's getting back to the sexual perversion idea of the movie. It's so sick. Jared's such a good guy, and he's like, in many ways, the moral center of Nirvana, the band. He's the one that makes sure we don't go too far, and I mean that as a compliment. Like, he provides our sense of societal obligation, I guess is the best way to say it. And when we were trying to figure out which of the Born Ruffians should get shot, Jared immediately went, it should be Luke, he has the prettiest face. And we all looked at Jared like, what? Yeah, you know, he's got the most beautiful face. And he gets shot in the face, right? And we were like, well, yeah, but Jared, that's really sick. Anyway, that's what we did. Mitch, you're sure you don't want to talk about that day, eh?
If anyone has a question for Mitch, maybe that'll make it easier.
The new Born
But
Ruffians album coming out soon.
We could also
we got some Born Ruffians
take a
fans
question
in here.
from anybody.
Yep.
Yes, right here.
Did they feed him on set?
Did we feed you?
Yeah, did we eat that day?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. That's
We went to
really not right.
Remember, we went to an Indian place attached to a gas station.
That was actually great.
It was really good.
And the guy who owned it was so happy we were there, and he
Yeah.
literally rolled out the red carpet for us.
No English in the entire restaurant, I remember.
That's how you know it's good. This was near Barrie, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Yes, next question. Yes. Well,
So-
I'll say it took us a long time to shoot that sequence.
Yeah, and a long cord.
Yeah. We got help from our friend at Canadian Tire, the libertarian, who was like, okay, now this I can get behind. He was like, jumping off, no. Long extension cords, that's my bread and butter, baby.
Most of those shots, just off screen, you can't see that it's kind of going around a little hinge.
Like
at
our
the end of,
production
like, a
designer is
pole.
right beside me with a fishing rod, basically, holding the end of that thing. And so when I say to the French girl, that's the CN Tower, I'm not like being stupid. What I'm trying to do is have her look at the CN Tower and not at the fishing rod that's right beside my
And
head.
another trick is that the coil was turning on its own with a motor, with a little thing underneath it. And so the cord that was going up and just out of frame wasn't moving at all. It was just a stationary wire.
And Jay's just miming
And I was
this.
miming the...
So it makes it look like it's really ripping. And the reason
acting.
everybody's looking at us like we're so crazy is because you can imagine what this looks like. It's like I'm walking with a wheelbarrow, and Jay's going like this, and the cable ends right here, and it's clearly
And
not
then
moving.
we have Malcolm, who's just doing this over here, following us down the street.
And so all of Queen Street is not looking at us like, wow, what an adventure they're on. They're more like, you've never seen anything stupider in your life.
But it was really fun whenever, like, just a few times some Nirvana the band fans would see us and they'd be like, what are you guys up to now? I have no idea, but this is going to be good.
They probably didn't think it was going to lead to this. It was one of those things, sometimes we're shooting things in public and it's obvious what we're doing, like in the TV show where we put a banner down, or like when we do something that explains itself. But most of this movie, I would actually say everything was the opposite, where we would go and shoot little tiny things, like me running through the street with a parachute, or the stuff with the RV driving away from the police. And on its own, it was so different. It was like you never ever knew what we were doing, and we didn't realize it at the time. But I think that helped us shoot the movie, because when police would see us, or security guards or anything, it was just so confusing what it was that we were even up to. Like it seemed like this was criminal, definitely, but what was the crime?
A good example is when we went to Drake's house, and we decided we were gonna make it look as if I'd committed whatever crime was happening here, and there were a million police there, and I kept running away very, very guiltily, but then I would get to the end of the street and I would just walk back very calmly. And the police would just not really know if they needed to stop anything because, like, what were they going to say? They didn't even know what to ask.
Do you guys watch CP24? Anybody here get their news from CP24 every day? Isn't it crazy that Courtney Heels is right in the movie? Isn't it unbelievable? I'm a fan. And the fact that she's reporting legitimately on Jay McCarrol shooting somebody in Toronto, and she's so calm about it. It was the first thing that our editors, it was Bobby Upchurch who cut that together. It was the first piece of the movie we saw, and that alone gave us the energy to finish the film, because we saw that and we realized, oh my gosh, we're gonna get to go to full frame CP24 because they got a 4K download of it, and we were like, that's it.
And it's as if we'd like already spent like $500,000, and like there was a helicopter in the sky and a whole
and the chief
press
of police
thing, all the microphones. Yeah.
At the premiere in Toronto, someone was sitting, I didn't hear this, but somebody was sitting right next to Mayor Chow, and when that section happened in the movie, she went, I know him! About the chief of police, like it was a real, wow! I think the movie really worked on her in the sense, yeah, do you know what I mean? It really
liked it.
confused her. Yeah.
Do we have time?
Oh,
for
we've got all the time.
Yeah.
They have a screening at 10, right?
Okay.
So we're going to take this right up until the next crowd comes in. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, what was the hardest scene to get through without laughing? I know my answer. Oh my God. Because I barely could do it. It was Jay's joke. So when I'm in the scene with my band, and then I've got the tattoos and all these things. No, right before I reveal the tattoo. Jay said, because we didn't know how to transition from me sitting at the drums to me standing up and noticing this tattoo on my arm, and Jay was like, you should say, now it's time for me to kick your ass. And it's something I would never say in a million years, and I was like, so stupid. Fine, I'll try to say it. I shot that
like
scene
15
times, couldn't say it. I would stand up, I would start crying laughing. It was the funniest thing in the world to me. And
Well, he takes off his blazer and he's got these huge arms he's just been
Well,
working on for like 10
we tore the
years.
sleeves off of the undershirt to make it seem like, oh, it's canon that Matt has got a tank top under this blazer for the whole series. But the reason we did it is because the person who put the tattoo on me put it up too high, and just by happenstance, and so my sleeve was covering it, and so we're like, oh fuck. And then Jay was like, well, nobody had Matt Grayson, who was like, just rip the sleeves off it. And so then I looked like a character from Final Fight, and that's when Jay was like, just tell them you're gonna kick their ass. And if you watch this movie again,
You could see your
pay close attention to
breaking.
my face.
Yeah.
I don't even pull it off. Even on the 50th take, I'm like, got this huge smile on my face. I can't say the line. It's pathetic. So that's definitely it for me. Jay is very good at not
I'm
laughing.
very good, but you know what? I really could barely get through one that you'll only see on the blooper reel coming out. It's when we had a longer section of chasing our younger selves around Toronto, and at one point, our younger selves go down east on Queen Street, and Matt and I are hiding where, like, you know, they had said, like, oh, does that guy look like me? And Matt and I are like switched jackets. And we had this part where
I remember
I
this.
still can't even get through it.
You guys are gonna see this, you're gonna be like, oh wait, these guys are actually morons.
Yeah.
But this is the stuff that we think is funny, where we see our old young selves walking this way, and we look,
they're walking east.
that can only mean one, that mean they're going?
They're going east.
Yeah, they're going east. That means,
They can only-
that can only mean they're going for lunch! And then we ran away.
And the cameras were all set up for a big thing. I
We
don't know.
couldn't get through it, and we cut it because we couldn't say it without laughing. But
Some of the funny things he does, like
they're just not going to be funny to other people. Like I'll give you a great example. We don't think that hangover thing's funny at all, and
I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's funny, but when we put it together, it was a means to an end.
Yeah.
Like we did not think it was going to be big and funny. We didn't think it was going to be really funny when Jay shot the guy in the head. Like
I think it's pretty funny.
Fun, yeah, but not as funny as like the things that we think are funny. Like when I pull down the whiteboard and go, "We are trapped."
Yeah, that's pretty.
In 2008,
Yeah,
like
that's funny.
our friends, like we like the weird little lines that we always think, "Oh yeah, we got them this time," and nobody thinks they're funny. When Jay is walking down Queen Street and looks at the ground and goes, "Oh my God." Like Jay and I quote that to one another every day. That's how funny we think that is. Okay.
These people want to go home.
Yes, you right there. Yeah.
I'm a longtime fan, watcher of Nirvana the band from your original before Vice.
Thank you.
And it was so cool to just see how you guys worked in like the old footage and even the old theme song. It was just so nostalgic and just incredibly well done. And I just want to congratulate you and say thank you because it was just so satisfying to watch it all come together. And for the
Thank you. That's so touching. We were so embarrassed about putting actually I'll speak for myself. We're so embarrassed about starting the movie with that web series footage, mostly because we're so young, and I'm seeing myself, and I'm so embarrassed. Like I'm basically doing a bad Steve Carell impression, in my opinion, and it's really gratifying to hear that someone who watched it from the beginning got something out of that, because I had to be convinced that that was the right thing to do in the movie. But I gotta say, it's been so great to see that the people who've been following us in Toronto since literally 20 years ago are getting so much out of this movie, because Jay and I never in a million years thought that us moving into that apartment next to the McDonald's and filming these little videos would really ever lead anywhere. But kind of like the characters in Nirvana the band, we felt that it didn't matter that it wasn't going to lead anywhere, even though we never admitted it to one another. And the Nirvana the band would die and come back and die again.
It's a great lesson for anyone young who is starting to do some stuff where it's like, we really turned away from the idea of trying to be successful or trying to do something properly. We really did just draw a bubble and have fun around ourselves and just try to make each other laugh and do it because we made a format that we enjoyed to do, which is a little bit kind of what the whole theme of the show is. It's not the destination is the journey sort of thing. And it feels incredible that we're standing here having got somewhere without trying to get there. All we were trying to do is just keep it insular and be true to ourselves. But
in doing that, we tried extremely hard.
Try.
Yeah, like it was
for each other and our own team. Yeah.
Yeah. Last question, right there.
Go ahead.
Wondering how much other stuff was from the movie? Like, was there like a back to the future on storyline?
You know, that's the second time I've been asked that.
Some people that storyline
they're
they're really waiting for.
Yeah,
it.
the sex.
Yeah, edible.
It's very edible. Yeah,
it's edible.
Yeah, extremely. Well, you know what? There's way more cut from the movie than it's in the movie. Like, we shot this movie for 200 days, so what you're watching is like a sliver of what we actually shot, and it's impossible to catalog. Like, imagine you and your friends just shooting yourselves goofing around for years, and then you show a movie's worth of it. Most of your life is on the cutting room floor, which is the reality to us.
We've got a lot of behind the scenes coming out. Like, we've got physical releases coming out. We have maybe in the future a season 3 that uses a lot of the sequences and storylines from the first road trip effort of this movie. So, there's a lot there.
That's girl in the green. I saw you with your hand up. You can be the last question. Our editor Kurt Law put together
like a 30-minute or
I think it's 20. Put together a 20-minute behind the scenes look at how we shot this movie.
Fun.
When Jay and I first watched it, it's not a joke, we were left more confused about how the film was made, and when you see it, you will agree. It's really, anyway, Kurt and Bobby are the real secret heroes of this project. Hopefully you get a chance to see them sometime. Thank you so much, Toronto.
Thanks for indulging us.
It's amazing.
It means a lot to us.
That people are still coming to see this movie. I don't even understand it. And a big hand for Mitch DeRossi and the Born Ruffians. Mitch, you dog. I'm just going to see you tomorrow for Steve's birthday. Really, thank you so much. You honor us, and we can't believe it. Good night. See ya.